So for beginning, you would actually switch on the machine from the button on the middle left side of the machine, just like that. Then the machine will click and switch on. That is after you have already connected your power to the wall socket and also using a UPS to make sure that the machine is safe. This is an ultrasound machine that has a 15-inch monitor display, a very easy to use keyboard, and also a very soft control panel with customized keys that you will use to control your knobs and also your functions. This machine has three probes. That's the endocavity probe, the convex and the linear probe, but it can also be able to do 3D and 4D ultrasound imaging for obstetrics and gyne. As you can see, these are the probe connectors, three of them connected at the same time. There's a fourth docking connector which is below there, which does not have a probe at the moment. So when the machine comes on, you will see a display of the connected probes, all of them together. And how do we now start the examination? So first of all, after this display, if you look at your control panel, you'll see the place written patient. This is how now you register your patient into the machine before you start the examination. This is the window that will come to the display, and if you do not have the hospital number or the patient ID, you can just click auto. It will generate for you depending on the date. Then you'll enter the patient details into this box here. So I'll say test for this time. Then I'll come and say okay. So if I have some other details that I want to put into the patient form, for example, if I'm doing an obstetric and I need to put the LMP of the patient, so I'll just choose OBS here, and then I'll key in the patient LMP to give me an estimated gestational age of the pregnancy. So from there we'll just say okay. Then the display of the probes will appear. Now from here, this is where you select your probes, what examination you're doing. So for example, if you just point your pointer at the linear probe, you have these options of the cardiovascular, thyroid, breast, superficial, testicular, musculoskeletal, the nervous system, and the upper nervous system. This is the lower nervous system for the lower limbs, upper nervous system for the upper limbs, the veins, and also the arteries of the body. So if I need an endocavity examination, I point my pointer to the endocavity probe. It will give me the options of the gyne, early obstetric, and the prostate also for endorectal. Then if I want to do abdominal examination and pelvic, I'll just point to my convex probe, which will give me all the options for the abdomen, gynecology, and pelvic examinations, all of them here together. So for example, if I want to do the early obs, I'll point to the convex probe here. Then I'll come down and choose my early obstetric examination here, and then I'm good to go. So from this point, you have your control panel here. You have scanned your image and you've gotten the best image that you want to use, so you can freeze your image there. Then for customized measurements, you will use the calc button, and for generic measurements, you'll use the caliper button. For example, I want to measure the CRL. I'll just click on the calculation because this is customized measurements. On my screen on the left, I'll see the menu that I'll be choosing from. So for this case, I will choose for example, the FL, or maybe I can choose early gestation here. Then I'll choose the CRL. My cursor will come into the screen, then I can point it from there to there, and you can see on the right side, you can see the gestational age estimate. So that is how we power on this machine. That is how we do the probe connectors. That is how we enter the patient details, and that is how we check on our calculations. And finally, after you've done your calculations, you will come to the to the control panel, where you can always annotate for you to be able to be writing, label some stuff. Maybe I'll say this is CRL, for example. We have after you're done with the examination, also you can end your examination by clicking this button. But for the obstetric examinations, you'll always want to get your report. So before you end your exam, the report button is here. You click the report button, then you'll see the report menu and all the measurements that you have taken. So after finishing the examination, you'll end the exam here. Of course, when you're out of the report, then it will give you a menu to select from if you wish to end the current exam. And if you say, okay, the exam has ended, and when you're not in use with your machine, now you will come back to the lower middle left side of the machine, and you will still see the power on and off button. Just press it once and your machine is ready to shut down. Thank you very much for listening to the video, and hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.